Alright, I don't know how much this is going to go through. We're still testing this. This is a League of Legends game on the featured lists. It is Thresh, Azir, Swain, Lee Sin, Caitlyn versus Fiddlesticks, Zed, Fizz, Nami, Corki. And jumping right into the game, got a gank on the Azir. Looks like he's going to get hit by the Fiddlesticks. Uses his ultimate. Zed hits his Q, he's going to die. Misses it. Gets it anyways. Okay. Bot lane, exhaust down, Caitlyn's still alive. Nami has to back up. Oh my god, Nami's gonna die. Oh, that heal bait. Real close. So it looks like blue team got the worst of that engagement. Nice tempt on the lantern. Lee Sin's retreating. Fizz is laning top against a Swain. That lane should go in Swain's favor pretty much all the time. And Azir versus Zed should go Zed's way. And it looks like the case is that the Fiddlesticks is fucking murdering them. Okay, Phil's going to do his blue. He doesn't have to give that up to Zed, so that's nice for him. Let's get this out of the way. How do we get this out of the way? It's H, I believe. Yes. Aha! H to get rid of the things. Alright, Lee Sin's going to probably give his blue over to Azir. Azir is very blue buff for Reliance. Fizz has a big wave pushing up towards this tower. Okay, let's see what people are building. Fizz. Looks like everyone's building pretty standard, nothing unusual. Corki's going for Trinity Force, starting with the Hammer, Phage, and Caitlyn's going for an Infinity Edge, starting with the BF Sword. Thresh went... Thresh did not go Relic Shield, which I think most Threshes usually do. Ooh. Lee Sin misses a Q, and Fiddlesticks is going to back out of that one pretty much A-okay, although they're looking like they're going to get dove into the tower. Fizz has Shark online, so if they play it right, yep, they're going to engage, and Fiddlesticks will try to hop out of it, but no, he's toast. Swain dies under tower. Lee Sin could go for an execute here, but it probably won't work out for him. Yep. Got to flash out, and now Fiddlesticks get to sit in the lane and farm. It's a little hard out, or maybe he's going to re-engage with the Lee Sin. Ooh, Fear. Pretty strong spell. Lee's going to die. Alright, so that's Fiddlesticks 5-0. That's not the way you want to start a game against Fiddlesticks, who's very good in the late game and very mediocre in the early game in terms of his damage potential, unless you stand right in front of him. Well, and the Fiddlesticks has his mid laner pretty much set. Zed has a kill, an assist, and a tower to his name, so he's going to be pretty much okay for the rest of the game. Zed's one of those champions who scales out. Thresh gets a nice double flay, but Caitlyn misses her Q. And Nami and Corki has too much healing anyway. They have to have a full-on engagement, otherwise they won't get anywhere. But on the other side, Swain is doing very well against the Fizz. Fizz is down 26 to 37. Although I think at this point he can probably engage the Swain. He dicked up his E. He needs to not be using that after he gets hit. Oh, but Fiddlesticks is in with Fear. That's another kill for sure. Just question who lands it. 6-0-1 on that Fiddlesticks. Be fucking afraid of him. Zed's leaving with very low health. I wonder who put him there. Did he kill the Azir? Yeah, Zed soloed the Azir. That's what you get for not having a tower. Corki's a little bit out of position. Lee Sin's behind him. If he has his ultimate up, they should be able to get the kill here. Corki's just going to ham it and fails it. Thresh hits the hook, so that's probably a dead Nami. Double kill for Caitlyn. So that's some saving grace for the blue team. But overall, I feel like this Fiddlesticks has gone out of control. 6-9. Or 6-9. Excuse me. And with that kill on the Swain, Fizz has some freedom to farm up, and he's now past the Swain, 41 to 39. Blue team is trying the dragon because they know Fiddlesticks' ultimate is on cooldown, and that he's backed up. Zed's ultimate is still on cooldown, so he doesn't have kill potential necessarily. Ooh, that ignite drop might get the kill. Yeah. That was a sneaky play. Dirty fucking Zed lands an ignite. I hate it when I get killed like that. Alright. Swain's up here. Does he have teleport? No, Swain is not running teleport, so he... And neither does Fizz, so we have double ignites on both teams, which means that the top laners pretty much have to walk wherever they want to go, but it also should make bot lane safer overall. I don't know. That is very important at this point in the game. It's probably just going to mean that the team fights mean more, since there will be no TP support coming in. Lee Sin's probably going to look to ward up the dragon and counter ward. Zed's looking for a free kill. Ooh, Lee Sin did not go over. Clearing a pink ward over here. Caitlyn and Thresh moving back into the lane. Swain once again has Fizz pinned under tower. He needs to use that Playful Trickster to dodge the E. Yeah, if he needs to go up when that's coming out, then suddenly Swain's damage is non-existent because he's maxed that spell. And yeah, see, oh, doesn't matter. Fiddlesticks came behind the Swain anyways. He's going to die a horrible death. 7-0-1 Fiddlesticks. That is the end of the game. That's going to be a surrender in 20 or just a straight victory. Because of Fiddlesticks, getting that far ahead is very hard to stop. Fiddlesticks has at this point. Fiddlesticks has a needless in 12-28 from the jungle. You're doing something wrong. Zed's looking around for a kill. Azir really does need time to scale up, and he's behind on items. He's 55 to Zed's 93. That's not going to be very fucking good. Lee Sin should probably not engage the Zed. He doesn't have enough damage. If he gets caught at his own red, he's probably going to die if Zed ults him. Yep, that's dead. Oh, Lee Sin uses his ultimate to get out of jail free, but that means they won't have it for the team fight, and Zed takes almost no damage from that. Lee Sin takes the smite. Now Thresh has to use his ultimate to try and get out of jail. But engaging on the Nami, which is the smart play, is the kill they can get. And Lee Sin is dead. Yep, there it goes. Azir probably does not have the damage to finish the Zed, but if the Fiddlesticks comes around, they will be able to turn on the Azir. Oh, Zed snuck through to his shadow. What a sneaky play. I didn't even see him. Missed the hook. Azir goes over the wall. Zed goes over the wall. Nice plays all around. But ultimately the Zed has the better time of it. Fiddlesticks is clearing his blue. Fizz is taking the blue buff for the blue team. Although he doesn't really have the HP to do that. He's going to come out pretty low. Does he have health potions? Yeah, he's got one. And he's got his flash, so he'll be okay. We're going on top of a pink ward. Now Fiddlesticks is down here clearing up the lane. Fiddlesticks' ultimate is, excuse me, half back. So it's going to be a while before he's actually influential again. But when it's back, Fiddlesticks, ooh, Spirit of Spectral Wraith up, and the Needlessly and Mobility Boots, I would be very afraid of that Fiddlesticks. And Fiddlesticks' flash is back offline, so he can definitely use a flash ultimate and get a couple kills with that. So his team is pretty much either safe to take the dragon or the team fight, or both. Meanwhile, Azir still has not completed a full item. And Zed has got his Blade of the Ruined King and a Brutalizer. He's 401, that's not good. You do not want a Zed that's that far ahead. Yeah, Fiddlesticks will feel safe to just tank this up. He's got enough health regen to pretty much tank the dragon forever. What they don't want is the Nami to get executed. Fiddlesticks gets the smite, and now Lee Sin's going to have to lantern out. Nice play by him and the Thresh. But Zed snuck up. Has he put his ultimate down? He hasn't even ulted him yet. Zed needs to be careful here. Yeah, Zed failed that pretty hard. He used his ultimate too late. Fiddlesticks coming over the wall. He's got flash. He needs to flash on his Caitlyn right now. Nope, too late. Yeah, he needs to be very afraid. That was unfortunate. If he'd flashed immediately and landed on the Caitlyn before she got under tower, probably could have gotten a kill. In the meantime, Fizz is up top. I think he solo killed the Swain. Yeah, Shark's on cooldown and it was very low health. Which means he probably one-shot him because he was not a heavy health himself. So Swain probably got caught out of position with no minions to heal off of. And when Fizz goes up into Playful Trickster, suddenly Swain's ultimate doesn't do anything. So, purple team has managed the dragon and a kill, but Fiddlesticks' flash and ult went down for nothing, and Zed died for nothing, so not the worst trade for blue team, puts them back into it a little bit. Gold deficit so far is about 4k in purple team's favor. Not unrecoverable considering that they have a Swain and an Azir, very high late game damage. Ooh, Tidal Wave goes down because that should hit a hook. If Lee Sin can E and then Q, misses the Q. Hits the hook, but Fiddlesticks is behind the main to be. Oh, yep, that was a smart play. Kick the fiddle immediately. It's not going to save all of them. Ooh, he gets the Fiddlesticks. That was a lot of money. 8-0 Fiddlesticks kill. Gets another one. Oh, nope. Nami blocks the bullet pretty nicely. Swain's coming up behind the Zed. That's not going to go well unless he hits that W, which Zed should not let him hit that. Yep. That's going to be a dead Swain. Pop. Yep. But Zed's ultimate's on cooldown now, so it takes a lot of pressure off blue team in general, except for the Swain, who is now, of course, dead. And Fiddlesticks died. His ultimate's back off cooldown, and his flash is about halfway there. He's not going to be very happy with that death. He needs to get his Zonius online right now. He's been running. Where's the Fiddlesticks? Yeah, he's been maxing Drain, so that's why he's been so bold with his ganks. A lot of early roaming fiddles tend to put more points in Terrify because it's just such a strong crowd control spell, but those Fiddlesticks tend to be less tanky. And I guess if you want to take kills, like this Fiddlesticks has been doing, Drain's the spell to do it with. What was that hook? I don't really understand why he did that. Nami versus Thresh. Nami's got a Negatron Cloak against double AP comp. Probably pretty smart, but Caitlyn's gonna wail on her. Fiddlesticks kills Swain with Fizz's help. They use Shark for that and not Fiddlesticks ult, so that's still available, which means they can siege this tower pretty safely. Assuming Fizz doesn't manage to get himself assassinated by Lee Sin. Lee Sin has built not very much damage, more survivability, but it's mostly magic resistance, so Lee Sin is at 62-120, which means Zed's gonna fucking kill him instantly. Yeah, so they can't really defend that tower because too much fear from the Fiddlesticks and Zed. It's so much damage coming out of this lineup. But what they don't have is a lot of area crowd control outside of Nami, which means if they can make a pick on Nami, they're pretty much good to engage, and they can make the damage die. Zed fails to get a kill with his ultimate. Fizz fails to get a kill going in, and he's probably going to pay for it with his life. Nami uses Wave, and it hits one. Fiddlesticks' ult is rejected by Thresh. That was a nice play. Nice hook. Now they can probably close on the Corki, exhaust and box. Boom. Roasted. See that right there? They don't have the crowd control to lock them down, so their damage isn't useful. Fiddlesticks needs his flash to get all the way into the middle of the team, and it's very hard to do that against a Thresh and a Lee Sin. They have a lot of ways to get that Fiddlesticks out of the fight. He needs his Zonius ASAP. So he'll probably go into the jungle and try to farm that up real quick. How much money does he have? Where's that button? Oh, he has enough for Zonius. He can go pick that up right now. Swain picks up his blue buff. That would be very nice for him. Swain is one of those champions that really, really relies on it. And Caitlyn and Thresh take out the mid tower. Alright, so a little bit of recovery for blue team. They're now down about 3k, so they've brought it back a little bit. Overall, though, I feel like their team's damage doesn't scale into the late game as well, mostly because Lee Sin's damage falls off and Fiddlesticks just keeps getting stronger. And with the start Fiddlesticks had, it shouldn't be too hard for him to make that scaling happen. And Swain's damage falls off as his survivability goes up. Fizz is coming up looking for the Swain. He's probably not going to find him. Swain's be calling out. Blue team is rotated a little bit toward the bottom. In terms of vision control, blue team is way behind. Their vision is atrocious compared to the vision provided by Nami. Nami's got this whole jungle warded. With Fiddlesticks, yep, and there's the Baron setup. They have the whole control over here. They can see everyone on the enemy team, and Zed is split pushing, which draws at least one off, because Zed can quickly take towers, and if they just dance by the Baron long enough, Zed will take 2 towers and walk away. But they're afraid of it. Fiddlesticks doesn't have the survivability necessarily to survive taking that out. But Zed gets the solo kill on Swain, so now they really have the option to go in for it. Fiddlesticks will heal up off the wave and then go right back into the Baron pit, and if they don't send another person down to stop the Zed, he's going to take this tower and probably the next one too. He'll have to wait for another wave though. Yeah, Shadow's out. They keep clearing out the wards on the Baron. That's costing 80 carry of blue team time and money. Caitlyn really does need items beyond Infinity Edge to scale into the late game because her base attack speed is not the best. Zed's in trouble because they're all coming for him. Rush misses the hook. Zed's gonna... Ooh! Close call.
Executed.
And Corki gets executed by the Baron. That was a big swing for blue team. That should not have happened. I don't know what Corky was thinking, trying that without Fiddlesticks face tag. Almost nicely done played by Zed, because Zed had no ultimate and no wave and no way out of that except to kill Caitlyn, who doesn't have lifesteal beyond his Blade Illusion, which is not super significant. And blue team will take their reward. They'll take the dragon, and there's not much purple can do about it. Swain's going to farm himself up a little bit. Corky probably regrets dying to Baron. He's actually behind items on this Caitlyn, because Caitlyn has gotten 6 kills in the meantime. She's been picking up most of the kills for blue team, and Corky has been sort of the sacrificial lamb, while Fiddlesticks and Zed pick up the kills. He is running Red Baron, so that probably does mean he plays Corky, but just because you play Corky doesn't mean you play him well. Corky's actually a little finicky. You have to make sure to alternate auto attacks to get those Sheen procs off, or Trinity Force I should say, because it is now that. Whereas Caitlyn is pretty much just click and be in the right spot. Corky takes a little bit more aim, which isn't necessarily to say he's a harder AD carry to play, because he does have a better escape and he does have more range on his spells, so he can poke and push the wave, while Caitlyn's pretty much confined to shooting things. Fizz is just going to play Patricia out, although again, I don't know why he didn't use it before he got hit with Swain's E Torment. Something we should think about doing. Zed's going to get a kill on Caitlyn. Yeah. Ooh, that exhaust. Ooh, Ignite gets her anyways. Can't exhaust and Ignite. Azir puts his tower up, but that's almost down. It's not going to hold very long. With no Caitlyn, and Caitlyn being the main damage threat out of blue team, I feel like purple is going to try to bait a Baron fight or a Fiddlesticks ultimate. Oh, Shark whiffs. That was nice. Fiddlesticks is kind of over here, but Fizz is going to get a kill on Lee Sin if he can keep up with him. Nope, Lee uses his flash. That's Lee's flash and ultimate fight. Nami uses wave to try and keep the team away. Azir puts his wall down. And purple team picks up Baron. We've seen this Fiddlesticks, he's had pretty good smites. Zed dies to Swain's DPS over the wall. Fizz has no ultimate and has to retreat, although if he turned on this Azir, I think he could get the kill. Oh, Azir had, yep, told you. Corky still dealing damage. Swain's running out of mana. Swain is out of mana. Ooh! Dashes right into it. If he'd waited for a bubble to hit, he would have got killed. But Caitlyn's back in the game, and ooh, that's gotta hurt. So, ultimately, purple team gets Baron, stays with their about 3k gold lead. It's actually 4k at this point. But they lose 4 members, and now only Nami has Baron, and she's about to get dope under her tower. Swain can pretty much tank up her tower forever. Nami is gonna go down as soon as this goes down. Yep, there she goes. So 5 for, I think 3, because Caitlyn died, and those 2 are the only 2 who survived the fight. Caitlyn died by herself. Phyllis is going to pick another blue buff. I didn't see his ultimate used in that fight, so that's probably a reason that they didn't get very far, because the 9 and 2 Fiddlesticks, who has Zhonya's and a Void Staff, didn't get his ultimate down. Fiddlesticks, most of his damage is tied up in this ultimate, which deals 375 damage 5 times in a big ass area, and his flash is off cooldown. He should be landing that. He should land right on top of Caitlyn and Azir. He should hopefully actually land behind the Azir and fear him, force the Caitlyn out of the fight, and then use his Zhonya's when Azir closes to try and get rid of him, or to dodge the Lee Sin ultimate, because that will summarily reject him from the fight. Bad hook by Flash, doesn't aim it anywhere near where the core is going. And Azir is getting some items up. He went for Boots of Lucidity and Nashor's Tooth, which means he's not running any extra CDR. And this build will end up with him having more DPS overall, but less damage on the WQ combination that a lot of Azirs like to use, because it's got some very, very good range. It also makes him reliant on blue buff, because it'll mean his spells come out a lot faster. His mana will drain exceedingly fast. And he didn't get a Rod of Ages, so he is going to be pretty reliant on blue, which Swain also needs a blue buff, so that's going to I think, hinder their team's strategy a little bit. They also don't have much engagement. Swain actually seems to be starting to fight okay. Nami uses Wave. Fiddlesticks flashes, ults in, gets kicked immediately. He needs to fear Lee Sin to avoid that. Zanya's? Nope, dead. He dies before he can Zanya's. Very nice hook by Thresh. Corki gets the Swain. Shark. Nice kill. They're going to get this Thresh too. Corki dies though, so that's a lot of their damage down. Is that a 5-4? No, Lee Sin either died at the beginning or survived and backed off. I think that's what happened. Fizz uses his Zonyas for no reason, which means they're going to have a little bit of a more dangerous push right here. Lee Sin can't really execute the Zed. And he shouldn't be able to stick on the Fizz. But they're not going to be able to take this tower before they regen and stuff back out. Well, 1-for-1 is not really worth it, because the rest of the blue team is back, and Lee Sin doesn't necessarily need that kill. Excuse me. So, Fiddlesticks is now 9-3, having had several useless ultimates in teamfight situations, mostly because Thresh and Lee Sin are keeping him out of the teamfights pretty well. And Vision is still definitely in Purple team's favor, which I don't understand how they have failed to take more advantage of that. Ooh, quick engagement. Swain dies fast. That's Fizz for you. Fizz does a lot of damage. I'm gonna clear this ward out and take the dragon. Alright, but Thresh, Azir, and Kaelin are on this side of the wall, and they're gonna try to make something happen, maybe. Fizz is pretty low. Nami's got nothing. Nope. This Fiddlesticks, despite his ultimates, has proven himself pretty reliable on the flash button. Oh, sorry, on the smite button. Having nailed at least 2 dragons and the Baron out from under the eyes of the enemy team. For however much that's worth. Overall, though, towers definitely in favor of Purple team. They've lost their 3 outers, and that's it. Whereas Blue team has lost 6 towers. Yeah. 6 towers? Oh, yeah, and 1 more tower kill from the Azir. I was like, how do they have 7 tower kills when all these towers are up? Azir's tower kills count as tower kills. That's pretty funny. You could try to get a lot of tower kills that way. Kill more towers than they're running out. Okay, Zed's sneaking around in the enemy jungle. If he finds this Swain, he might be able to land a solo kill. But, yep. Ooh. Zed. He should have backed out as soon as that Zonyas went down, because Zonyas lasts 2.5 seconds. And Zed cannot do anything about it. But Fizz seems to have solo killed the Lee Sin. Shark is on cooldown. Fiddlesticks is on cooldown, so they can't safely push into this. Fiddlesticks may not be the best sieger, because his ultimate is not the longest range. Especially against retreating enemies, and at Lee Sin, you can just kick him out. And the Thresh, you can just push him out. But pushing into a Fiddlesticks is pretty scary, especially if you don't have perfect vision control, because wherever you can't see, that's where the Fiddlesticks will be hiding. And it's probably the worst thing ever to get killed by a Fiddlesticks. Oh my god. Crowstorm. Cow. Very good spell. It's up now to 400 damage 5 times, which means it's a 2000 damage AoE spell. He can almost one-shot the whole team if he were to stand on top of each other and then stand still. Still though, everyone's online. Shark is pretty much back off cooldown. All of Blue team has their ultimates. And looks like it's going to be set up for another Baron engagement. No split push out of Zed this time. The bottom inner tower is down, so there's not really much he can do there. Azir has his tower set up, so... Ooh, gosh, those shurikens hurt. Zed gets kicked out. That means Fiddlesticks' ultimate is still available. Dies before he can get anything done. Swain Zonyas. Now he's going to have to tank this. And Blue team comes out ahead with 0-for-1. And Zed having no ultimate and no health, so to speak of, so he has to back out. Fiddlesticks used his ultimate and didn't get anywhere with it. They had vision on him that whole fight. Still though, the gold gap has actually increased in purple team's favor, now to about 6k. So, wow, misses Shark, forces Swain's flash, but he really didn't need to use Shark to make that happen. He could have just jumped at him, and Swain would have had no choice but to flash or die. And now Fizz's primary threat is offline. They need to clear these wards out properly. Not going to happen. Get one. They need to get that one, and that one, and that one. Blue team has decent control over their own jungle. They've got a pink ward defending this area, and then this whole line. That's how they saw that Fiddlesticks and prevented him from murdering their team. And then they have this side defended by a pink. And ooh, they have a deep ward that's about to time out. I don't know when they got that there. Purple team's trying their best to clear it out, but most of blue team's all the way kind of spread out along this wall, which is not the best place to be against assassins, especially because if Shark comes off cooldown, Fizz is instantly rejected, and then Caitlyn's ult is wasted. Swain's gonna have to Zhonya's pretty quickly here. Fizz Zhonya's and survives. Zed suicides into the enemy team. Lee Sin is out of HP, but so is most of purple team. Fiddlesticks has his ultimate. It'd be very risky to try it right now. He'll heal up as quickly as he can and then be ready to ult in the Baron Pit if blue team decides they want to go for it. Azir does have the damage output necessary to make a 3 or 4 man Baron happen. Wow. If he'd hit that hook, that would have been a dead Fizz. Azir could have come over the wall, they would have killed him almost instantly. And then dealt with the Fiddlesticks, because Azir has an instant knock-up and Thresh. Or they could have just landed him back over. So the recalls coming out of purple team, and their tower goes down to minions, which you never want that to happen. And blue team is going to attempt the Baron. Fiddlesticks doesn't have vision, but oh, he does have vision, and he has his ultimate, and he has a decently full health bar. But he is also seen, so he's going to have to be very sneaky with his ultimate, or it will get cancelled. He will be a very sad Fiddlesticks. Yep, cancelled. Fizz is now in trouble. Gonna die. Gets out with a Lee Sin kill. That shouldn't have happened. Ooh, and Shark. He dropped Shark. This Caitlyn has gone out of control. 12 and 3. She's closing in on her QSS, which will make her essentially invulnerable to Zed's damage, and half of Corki's damage, and most of Fizz's damage. QSS is pretty much the perfect item for Caitlyn in this game, and then she'll turn into a Mercurial, and her damage will go through the roof. She's already at 337 attack damage, as she has that Baron on her, which actually blue team did manage to pick that up. Purple team's going to try to take Dragon in response, but Caitlyn and Thresh are closing in, and Corki does not have the damage to do it quickly. If they force an engagement, it will not go well for purple team. Corki is very far behind the Caitlyn. Caitlyn has Static, Bloodthirster, and Infinity Edge. Well, they pick it up anyhow. Not enough damage coming out, or not at the right time anyhow, at least. So Fiddlesticks, 9 and 5. He hasn't gotten a kill in the last 5 deaths. He needs to pick up his game or stop building damage, basically. Because the Fiddlesticks who builds damage and doesn't deal it is not useful to his team. He doesn't have much cooldown reduction, which means his ultimates are far less frequent, his fears are far less frequent. I don't know. If he doesn't do something with this much money that he got off his early lead, he's going to cost his team the game. I didn't figure out anything not doing this well. In the meantime, Zed has significantly outfarmed the Azir, and the Azir is 1 and 7, whereas Zed is 10 and 8, but Zed has had a couple very bad engagements recently where he's been ulting into the team and then dying immediately to exhaust. It's one of those things you have to be aware of. Zed is that you are very vulnerable if you don't have a tank to help you with crowd control, and again, his team doesn't have crowd control. Zed's best time to engage is right when Nami's wave hits, and that's pretty much the only optimal time he's going to get, since no one else on his team has heavy crowd control. He can also engage right when Fiddlesticks ults in. If they get a wombo combo, that's actually a significant amount of AoE. He's going to have to escape from this, throw some shurikens behind him. Because if Zed goes in at the same time that Fiddlesticks goes in, Lee Sin has to pick one. And then the other one can do their horrific damage. And if Lee Sin's smart, he'll kick the Fiddle, because Fiddlestick's damage kills everybody, whereas Zed only kills one person. And with Caitlyn's QSS being online, in addition to another Negajunk, like, wow, she's got a lot of magic resistance. She does not want to die without Fizz. She's got 147 magic resistance, 89 armor. She actually also has 40 AP. I don't know why she has that. I don't know from where she has that. Not items. Caitlyn, why do you have ability power? None of these have ability power on, as far as I know. Anyhow. Purple team's trying to push in, but they're on a ward, and they can't do much against Azir anyways. Azir's push power is one of his strongest cards. He can push very far, and very quickly too, and for not significant mana cost compared to what his natural regen and blue buff can provide. And Azir has actually finally made it 3 items in boots. He's got a Void Staff, a Death Cap, and a Nashor's Tooth, which means his damage is going to be very high. But he's also not very survivable. Swain lands a Never Move and does not kill the Corki. Nami's wave goes down and misses everybody, so Swain's flash for, I think, Corki's heal saved his life. Wow, that was real close. Swain has to flash to escape. Nami has to use her ultimate to save the Corki. And because Swain's flash is more important than Corki, because Corki's doing so poorly, although Corki's caught up, he's down to 7-7 from 1-6, I believe it was. Purple team's cleared out some of the vision in blue team's jungle, making them a little bit blind, although there is no Baron. Wow, hits on Corki. There goes Nami's flash. Lee Sin misses Q. Hook dodge by Playful Trickster. Honestly, they should have let him get hit and have the Fiddlestick's ult, because there was no vision there and he could have snuck in and made a fucking mess of this Caitlyn. Although she's up to Guardian Angel. QSS and Guardian Angel, never mind. They're not going to be able to win this fight because Zed and Fizz both do very poorly against both of those items. And Caitlyn has 12 kills. Bang, bang. Flash goes down. QSS. Wow, Corki goes ham. Ooh, nope, they managed to pop Caitlyn's GA, so if they can stick on her, they can make that happen. Yep, Fiddlesticks is getting in the mix. Swain comes back to life. Fiddlesticks uses his Zonius to avoid death. Ooh, they should not engage on that Fiddlesticks. So that worked out okay. I think Corki went a little bit ham. Yep, he got a double kill out of that, and might get 3 if he gets another rocket down. Don't miss. Nice shooting Tex. Corki gets 3 kills out of that, so that was really well done by him. And I think the 4th went to Fiddlesticks, who's finally up to 10-5. So that was a 4-for-1 with Zed using his ultimate mostly to make Caitlyn run like a bitch and use her flash. They might be able to end 18 on Azir, and Azir didn't do much that fight. He's 1-8-11, not very useful at all. Azir's, I don't know, people still haven't figured him out yet. Lee Sin needs to not die, but it's not going to happen. Azir can't hold this himself, doesn't have home guards. Yep, they get tidal wave, they're dead. Game over. GG. Well played by the Corki in that last fight, picking it up really hard from where he had been before. I think it was because he finally managed to finish his Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster. He'd been sitting on just the Trinity Force for so long. Alright, that was a good game. Let's see about how well this worked.